gaming. Greetings, patrons and YouTube subscribers alike. Rick here. Got another Patreon challenge for you guys. So after we finished Fallout 4, way before we finished Fallout 4, we'd gotten really aggravated with just, the system and how long it takes us to get through games. So the next game we're doing is Resident Evil 7, and when we sat down to do it, it was like, let's get through as much of this as we can. Cleared off a huge block of time. We managed to get halfway through the game, and what we got out of that is what would normally be 3 installments, 3 episodes for us. So we're actually covered for the next 3 months, but that's just sticking with we're going to be stuck on one game for 6 months to a year, which sucks. And what I thought to myself was, okay, we've got all this shot already. The After Effects is just rendering out the shadows, and we'll have all 3 of these installments. What if we said, hey, if we hit $2,000 on Patreon, which we've been trying to do for a while, and we've actually gotten within $1 of doing it. We've been at $19.99 before, and people will leave or edit their pledges down, and it just doesn't work out. But long story short, I'll make a deal with you guys. If we hit 2,000, we will post not a half hour. We will post not an hour, but we will post this month a hour and a half long Let's Riff of the first half of Resident Evil 7, complete with 2 full-fledged host segments. So what this thing would kind of be is a bit of a throwback a little bit to Season 1 ICW XP, except with a video game. And host segments, big, long riffing segments. This thing would be a monster. I don't know that will be necessarily become the norm, but we do want to put an end to this being stuck on one game for the better part of a year or an entire year. And, I know we have quite a few people actually who don't watch, regular Let's Plays. They're not into that whole scene. They're here from the world of riff tracks and Mystery Science Theater. Typically how this works is most successful channels post videos daily, and just all the stars align properly, and they get 50,000 to 100,000 or 500,000 hits. It just magically comes in for them, and they post that video a day, and they make buku bucks off all the ad revenue. And that just has not been the way things work for us. We're on Patreon, so it's a half hour every month instead of a half hour every day. And of course, we're putting in a lot more work into things with all this. We do a live action bumper. So, we're downshifted into not even first gear, neutral, trying to get through a game. So what we want to try to start doing is getting through games in 1 or 2 installments. So to recap, if we can hit $2,000 per video on Patreon, we will post not a half hour, not a full hour, over an hour and a half long Let's Riff of the first half of Resident Evil 7, and then next month in May, the second half, which will also be an hour and a half. And you'll have this big, crazy, huge gonzo episode, complete with host segments. So, just the usual thing, pound the pavement, share the Patreon link, share the video, how Patreon works. If you want to up your pledge, thank you. If you can't, hey man, we know how that goes. So, I know it is a little late in the month to be throwing this at you guys. I'm sorry about that. The idea just dawned on me, and I just happened to have a few minutes to sit down and shoot some of these videos. So it's not the end of the world if we don't make it, but it's also not too crazy. I think we have a little over a week left or so, and just a couple people up in their pledges, or a couple new people coming in, and we have seen things go up or go down $100 within literally minutes. So hopefully we can make it happen. And as that dollar amount on Patreon does creep up and up, it has occurred to me to start giving you guys more bang for your buck, and Plus side to that is we're not stuck on one game for a year, which is absolutely insane. And you guys get more content for that money. So bear that in mind. Like, the higher it gets, the more inclined we are to make more of a production of things. Oh, and just as a little bonus for watching all this blah, 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 a little bit inside info. Tomorrow, all the discs for episode 205 show up at our doorstep. And I'm going to guess probably the better-ish part of a week to box them all up, get them addressed, and in the mail. So I am hopeful within about a week, we will be shipping those bad boys to your door. The wait is finally over, and we can all move on with our lives. And hopefully you guys can see and understand what took us so unbelievably long once you see it. And at least if you know the kind of resources we have to work with, you'll understand why it took so long. Happy to get that out there. Oh, and another thing. 205 is shipping to you guys as a 2-disc set with 6 hours of bonus content. And we will be posting the first 10 minutes of it just as soon as we've had a chance to bust open the package of DVDs and watch through a copy, make sure everything popped out of the oven okay. So you'll have that to look forward to, and you should have it at your door if you pre-ordered soon. And if you're not a pre-order person and you just wait till they actually drop to come out, they're going to be up for grabs. And hopefully we have enough to last us throughout 2017. We'll see. So grab them while you can. Anyway, guys, thanks once again, as always, for all the support on Patreon. There is absolutely no way we would still be doing YouTube content without you guys. So, yeah, all my thanks, all our love. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can get up to $2,000, guys. See ya. I had some notes. I don't want to forget to say the things I need to say. I'm sorry.